I have seen much that mortals would deem bizarre.
Listen for yourself.
That's my voice! What trickery is this?
I wish I could sit here and say I would recommend the Avengers game and that's it. It is a fun game and there are bits of it which I do really enjoy, but being that I didn't actually have to pay for this and I got a review key from Square Enix, which I'm entirely grateful for, I can't recommend this game to people unless it was on sale for about 20 quid. That's the max I'm willing to go. I played the beta originally and thought, you know what, it's alright. It's not the best thing in the world, but you know, it's fun, you can get fun out of it. And I still stand by that after playing the game for about 11 hours. The gameplay itself, like the combat and all the fighting with the different characters, that's a really good thing. I really do like the variety in gameplay style. I'm not a fan of all of them. I think Iron Man and the Hulk are my least favourite. But you know, throwing the hammer as Thor or throwing Captain America's shield is really fun and addicting. But the Avengers game is so weird because I'm not entirely sure what it's trying to be. When you first start the game and you get the introduction to the single player campaign, it plays out like something similar to the Spider-Man game for PS4, where it's a single player story where you're following this character called Khan who's a fan of the Avengers, and then you watch shit hit the fan with the Avengers being disbanded, this chemical being spread and infecting humans to give them superpowers, and now the Avengers are basically outcasts and you reform them from the ground up with help from people like Dr. Banner, and then obviously Iron Man and so on. It grows until the Avengers come back. And at points in the game it goes back to being a single player story, and those are the parts of the game I really enjoy. But then the rest of the game, it's more of a 4-player co-op Destiny style game where you go to the same locations over and over with different objectives and little loot trinkets you can find around the map, like chests, some people you need to save, and some VIP targets you need to dispose of. And then from doing these you get equipment which you can use to level up your character. And the equipment system in this game is basically what Destiny has, but in this game I do not understand why it's here. I feel like with the Avengers game it would have been better if they made it more of a single player experience, or maybe a co-op game but you choose the characters and then you can level them up with basic RPG elements, which are also in the game anyway, so you have a leveling system to unlock new attacks and different boosts for the characters. And then on the side you've got the equipment stuff which will upgrade their quote-unquote power level. I don't know what the power level even equates to. Certain equipment has a little stat boost like defense against cryo damage, or I don't know, health back on picking up orbs. I didn't really pay attention to it. And I think that's a key problem with this, because you can play the game without really paying much notice to it, because the equipment doesn't really do that much in the sense of making you feel stronger. I think when completing the game I got to about level 10 with some of the characters, and I played about 11 hours of this, so leveling the characters up seems really time consuming, while the equipment system seems very sluggish because you don't really get that good of equipment and you end up having to power them up with boosts anyway, so that they feel like they do anything. And this gave me the impression that both Crystal Dynamics and Square really didn't have a clue of what they wanted to do with this franchise. Because having the Avengers as an IP for video games is a big deal. Yeah, Spider-Man on PS4 is a big thing and it's a very good game. But if you have the Avengers, you basically have the entire roster at your fingertips, albeit with Spider-Man being exclusive to PS4, but that's a completely different thing. And if you were to focus on the main single player aspect of the campaign and look at the story itself, you can see the people who worked on this game really did give a damn with the source material, because it is actually really good. But then there's all the other stuff which is just piled on top of it that makes this game feel like a cash grab. You've got the oncoming content of characters coming later on with more stories, which is fine. I'm all for that if it was a season pass, but instead they've gone the route of adding microtransactions and a battle pass system. Why does this game need a battle pass system? I just don't get it. Yeah, you've got cosmetics and you've got skins which you can unlock in game, which is fine. I do like the skin system, but a battle pass isn't justified. The way it works in this game is unlike seasonal battle passes where they're on for like 2 months or so. It looks like every single character that's coming out in this game is going to have their own, as they put it, character pass. We have to go through 40 tiers of unlocking upgrade tokens, or I think it's called upgrade tokens, which you get from doing the daily and weekly challenges, which are challenges I didn't really acknowledge throughout the game. Or, if you don't want to go that route, you can pay money for it. If you wanted to make money from having skins in the game, because that is the main selling point for this, they really should have gone the route of having DLC cosmetic packs. Because if you look at how the character passes work and each of them having 40 tiers on their own, it is clear as day that you're going to have to spend a fortune to get everything unlocked if you don't have the time to do it. $4,000 credits to skip a battle pass. How much is that? £40! What?
This isn't a free-to-play game, is it?
No, this is a fucking full price game. What the hell? Yeah, it's 4,000 per character. So, yeah, 40 times 6, 240 quid. That's on top of how much is the base game?
Jesus Christ.
Give me a second. Have a look this up. Oh my fucking god! Right, the base game is £50, and if I'm reading this right on Steam, the base game is £50. It's roughly about £66 to £65 for the deluxe edition, which doesn't give you any of the battle pass stuff. So you could be spending up to £300 on this game.
Banger.
And lo and behold, down the line if this game is popular, they're going to make proper seasonal battle passes for the characters. I hope I'm wrong with that, but that's the impression I get. This is the problem. The Avengers game is fun, and I can say that from the bottom of my heart. It is a fun game, but I do not like the way they approached it. I think this should have been a single player game with a multiplayer mode on the side, not a Destiny game. Throughout playing the game, and when showing my friends this, I streamed to them on Discord, the main thing we all agreed on was that we didn't understand the point of the equipment system. It's just not useful, it seems very last minute as it's been thrown in, and it doesn't change anything in the gameplay. So yeah, the best I can say with this is wait till it's on sale for about 20 quid and pick it up. You'll probably enjoy it, and hopefully by then all the battle pass stuff will be over and done with, because the game probably won't last as long as they think it is, and we'll just move on to the next game. And I'll be honest, I think this game will be forgotten about within a short amount of time, because the new Spider-Man game comes out on the PlayStation 5, and if we're going by the previous game, I imagine that's going to be better than the Avengers anyway.